Jewelry can say many things on your wedding day. As a wedding band, it can say, "This is a forever symbol of our forever love." As a gift to your wedding party, it can say, "Thanks for standing up there with us." Blue Nile can help you find the piece that says it all and says it beautifully, with expert guidance and a wide assortment of jewelry of the highest quality at the best price. Go to BlueNile.com and experience the convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's BlueNile.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Giving Flowers. Happy Wednesday. Joined here by the one and only King of Style, Eric Iberg.
Hell yeah, Phil. How are you?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Fucking just stoked to talk to Dash this week. I mean, we on a roll, man. We on a roll.
Oh, man, I couldn't be more pleased with the selection that we have. Skiing is abundant with characters, colorful characters. And to kick things off, I was wondering, you're well-versed in style. You know a lot about it. Can you define us what style is to you?
I guess it's being whoever. Everything in life is about being authentic. So I'd say when style is something like, when it's who you are and you fully embrace it and then you fully put it out there. So that would be style. It's something where it's unique to yourself and then you put it out there and you got your own twist. And then everyone knows that's that style. Like you can know your style by how you ski. You know, you can know Dash's style, how he skis.
That's right. Yeah, abundance of style. Dash represents freestyle skiing and embodies it to the fullest. The freedom aspect, do whatever the fuck you want. The style aspect, like you're saying, that's a great way to explain it. This man's career spans over 20 years. He made his first appearance in video parts at 15 years old, been sponsored since he was 13. He's been maintaining a relationship with TGR for almost 25 years. Man, how rare is that in the game of skiing?
That's nuts. The only one I know of, Dash Longe, maybe Jeremy Jones, the Joneses brother, but that doesn't count.
For real. And he kept it authentic through time, but he reinvented himself again and again. Could not be more pleased and privileged to welcome the man on the podcast today, or the show. Today we give flowers to none other than
Dash Longe.
Oh shit.
It's a big one today. It's a big one. Big Dash. It's a realtor. I'm nervous. Wore my collar. There he is, man.
What up, boys?
How are you, Dash?
Only.
Oh, doing good. Doing real good.
Where are you in life right now?
I'm in my basement, my office here.
Nice. I wore a collar shirt for you.
Oh, man. I wore a t-shirt for you.
Thanks, man. We kind of switched positions. I'm going to sell a house.
I got a business meeting at 12:30 that I told them I'd be late for, so I'm going in the t-shirt to that and a hat.
Make it happen, man. Make it happen.
What's the business related to?
It's real estate related, man. I sell real estate, and I'm working with. Yeah, I got this meeting is related to insurance and a development that I've helped fund in the downtown Salt Lake City area.
Hell yeah, Dash. Well, I'm going to start it like this, man. Dash, the reason why we did this show was we wanted to, use Phil's platform as a time to, give flowers, as we say, to the people that did a lot for our sport, right? And you're one of them. So, when we made our list and went through, it's man, let's make sure these people know how awesome they are and, make sure we give them a high five. And then a lot of the people that maybe don't know what you've done for 20 plus years, maybe we can teach them, right? Through a different audience or whatever, because that's where they came from. And you're a big part of that. So point of the show, man, is we want to just thank you, celebrate you, give you your flowers on what you've done in your whole career, because it's pretty nuts. It's over half of your life that you've been a professional athlete. That's fucked up.
Hell, dude, thanks, guys. That's so cool. I think about where this sport's gone and, you know, what we had our hands and our fingertips on back in the day. And it's pretty cool to see where it's gone. And even just to think that I had a little fraction of a part in that is rewarding. But I will say, I still get way more comments from people about the film parts I put together with you, Iberg, than my more modern.
You're like, I only slid rails for 2 fucking years. Oh, you guys see that Alaska shit I did?
That's not true either. I still hit rails. I just don't. It just doesn't see the light of day. I don't know why, but I still have dreams.
You're still going in the urban streets?
I want to.
Oh fuck.
You gotta
do it. You live in Salt Lake City. We're talking with B-Dog.
Let's hit some shit, boys.
Oh, for real, man. I'd be honored. These clips that you got in the streets are just so authentic and really rings true till to this day.
That's cool.
Considering the like size of kickers too, which is like something really important that we always considered very highly, is to not make a big air booter onto a rail. And you like mastered the ollie onto rail. I feel like your style is coming from skateboarding. Am I right? Inspired from it.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool that you pick up on that. I'm gonna cry, man. Those are the things that I thought about. I mean, Iberg remembers we talked about that. We talked about how uncool it was to have the mogul kicker up to the rail and how we had to change that. And
I called it a Cossack jump onto the rail.
Yeah,
just had those jumps that put you up there, Cossack.
Yeah, it's funny. I think like what I just watched that stuff you had rolling, and Iberg sent me a clip from Stereotype, and funny, I look at those and I was doing pretty basic shit, but when it came time to filming, like I could do bigger tricks. I did work on a 270 in that same park, 270 onto a rail, but I didn't want it to be in any films until I had it how I wanted it. So I guess I kind of got stuck in my rhythm of doing stuff I knew I could make look cool, and that's all I really wanted to do is make shit look cool. So,
but dude, you were so cool just sliding on a rail. So like that's something that you have to know too. Like you could have went straight on and straight off, and what was cool about you wasn't if you spun on or spun off. It was the fact that you had this monkey style that you rode in, and then your hands are like on the side. You always have like the biggest gap between your feet. Like you can't find anyone that had that wide a stance on a rail at the time, and then had both arms to the side. It was epic. Dude. So I mean,
that's sick.
Go ahead.
When I got into it, man, people were still standing upright. Remember, people had their feet together and were standing upright, and I was like, I was just couldn't sleep at night because I didn't think that was cool.
Well, it wasn't only not cool, but it was harder to balance with your feet that close together and then like this. So you'd watch people fall off, and so you just to come off switch was just epic, you know, and it transformed to how you were in the air too, and still to this day. You know, like it's
cool
wicked.
That you showed that shot on that rail, that wood rail in Tahoe, that house, because I couldn't face building a bigger kicker on that, and so I had to like hand plant on because there was no speed at all, and I think Iberg kind of kept telling me like, don't do that, don't put your hand on it, and I was like, fuck it, it's cool. And now,
dude, I didn't shoot that one. You're thinking about in the edit.
Dude, someone else told me not to put my hand down. Yeah,
but I might have said it in that. Yeah, because I wasn't shooting that.
That was that kid Troy. Remember, I
remember Troy.
Camera and had that kid film me.
Now looking back at it though, who else does the hand plan up, man? I mean, I might
I
have said
want
it
to
in the
bring it
edit.
back. I want to bring it back because I actually did that a few times, just didn't film it, and like had my hand on the rail dragging it down, and I think that's cool still.
One thing's for sure, you were the first I ever saw do it, and now it's like getting to be popularized and whatnot. Like it's gained some traction over the year, but that's the first time I've ever saw someone do that, and like that's why I pulled it up.
Jeez, dude, I didn't know people even paid attention to that. That's so sick, dude.
Dude, think about it. It was once a year people watch movies, man. Like, that's the crazy thing you might not have realized, but like when you were such a young age, because you're what, 17, 18 in Dubski, like, and you're a homeless person because you were homeless and wouldn't ever be at home and like hang out in Santa Cruz. And so it's like, what do you, like, imagine Phil, he's only 3 years younger than you. 4 years, not even, I think. So it's just like he's watching it. Dude, like, I can tell you everything about degenerates. I was a grown-ass man at 18 watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I can too, but I also, so I came from this, my twin brother was a snowboarder, and all my friends that I ripped squaw with when I ditched out on the freestyle team, like this is right when Twin Tips came out, all my homies were snowboarders that were my age, although there were, quite a few pros that either came up at squaw or were lurking around there by then. But yeah, a lot of my influence, I guess, came from that in skateboarding. You're right, Phil. I skateboarded. I was more into skating than skiing until Twin Tips came out. I just skied in the winter and loved it. Like I was diehard, but I didn't think about it and dream about it like I did skateboarding. And then when my brother got into snowboarding, he was like that, and about, he got into it at the same level and was watching snowboard flicks over and over. And like,
show that shot again. I want to say something. This one was epic. Or your drop, and that actually transitions into your skateboarding because you were all about acid drops that year, or whatever you called them. You're like, let's go find flat shit. So this is nuts. There's like a cable or something that you had to duck under, if you remember, like a telephone wire or something. That if you took too much speed, he would have hit this cable that comes out from the bridge. But yeah, I forgot about that until we watch it. Sorry to interrupt you. I just got all stoked that I get to talk to you and watch this
I
shit.
drive by that all the time because it's in Salt Lake City. It's right at the top of like 3800 South.
I worked at the Hollywood Video that used to be in the mall behind there.
Sick. Hell yeah. Well, I don't need to dominate the conversation. I want to hear what you guys have to say too. I mean, I just still like you talking about style. I'm still so hell bent on. To me, it's like it's something you either kind of have or you don't. Sadly, and you can obviously draw from any influence in order to sort of create your style, but it's all about expression. It's all about creative expression. Like I didn't ever feel competitive. I didn't feel competitive when I was filming. I just didn't. It was more about making something cool happen with cool people. And I kind of felt like skiing was whack. It was fucking lame, dude. We had stripes down the sides of our pants and knee patches and, spiked hair with upside down visors and Smith slider glasses and, big tall poles. And it needed some love, like, cause we were getting made fun of by the snowboarders and skaters. I mean, obviously snowboarders had the right to be pretty pissed at skiers, based on how they were treated for so many years. But yeah, I was like, if we're going to gain the respect of like the other action sports, we can't look like a bunch of fairies freaking twirling around,
So I'm going to, since we're all on tricks and style. So the first time I ever saw you, Dash, it had to have been Spring Jam at Squaw 2000, right? So you're 13 at that age, 2000 in the spring? Yeah. So so this time was nuts, man. Like you have to understand how this event was. I have the whole thing.
Is that like Kahlua pipe thing where Kreitler flew off the jump and hit the camera guy?
Nope, that was a X Game qualifier that Kreitler did that, like in December. This was like a spring jam, like there was flamingos off the jump. It was like in a new location. Either way, I got to watch Scogan do like switch rodeo sevens, right? He'd do safety grab. LaRoche was out there. If you're still watching LaRoche, big up yourself. He was doing the switch rodeo seven, like tail grab with the cross. And then CR was doing like the rock bottom nines with the long poles and shit. I know, you know what I'm talking about, that trick?
Oh yeah, I did.
And so, but what was nuts about you, so this must have been right when you got your free shit. Maybe you had the line jersey, or maybe you got that summer, but you busted out like, you were the littlest guy and you did the dopest flat, like rodeo 5. And so like, I remember, do you remember this at all? Doing a rodeo 5 at Spring Jam?
Was it the Standard Films Park where they kind of had like their own little super park kind of thing?
No, it was one kicker. They built it all special just for the event.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I do.
I don't know. But that was the first time I saw you, and you have one shot and spun that summer doing the same trick. Like a rodeo.
Good, dude.
The trick and spun was at Hood, but the first time I saw you was at Spring Jam.
Yeah, so I had that rodeo 5. That rodeo 5, that was like the first flip I learned. I watched Scogan, obviously, and because I spin right, or sorry, I spin left normally. But when Sco spun right, and he did rodeos to the right, and so when I watched him in chapter 3 and whatever other seg he had that year, and he was doing that rodeo 5 and 7, and I just learned it that way watching him. And I did it on a tramp like 2 or 3 times, and then I did it in the POW on fucking mogul skis and landed backwards in POW under KT. And I was like, fuck, I gotta take this to the park. And so then I had enough balls to go to the park and do it. And that was that same year. But that's funny, dude. That's cool you remember that. Yeah, I was 13. Eric, you filmed me when I was 13.
I know, that was supposed to be my intro to this whole thing, because I think if I was to celebrate the biggest thing of your ski life is the fact that you got something free when you were 13 in 2000, and here we are, and you were in a movie in the year 2000, and here we are 2022 going into 22, 23 seasons later, and you're still putting out segments and shit that like, I went through it in my head. I'm like, there's guys, but no one at that young of age, right? So Kai and Sean came after you when they were a little bit younger, but you're still in it. You know, they got to make it to your age. Yeah. And so, like, when I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, that alone, for you to last that long, be passionate at it, be a leader in it. And then here's the craziest part. I think you've only spun over 7 twice in your whole career. So if any of the kids watching this shit, and they're like, oh my God, I got to do this. Dash never's done more than like a 7, maybe twice. We only used that 9 in Dubski, and it was so far away and fucking out of focus and shitty, because I was like, he'll never do this again.
Yeah, no. That was the only 9 I've ever had captured on film. I've definitely done more. You know, it's funny too, that same year that you started filming me, I was doing switch 5s and switch 7s, but we never shot them. And I remember you pushing, you're like, dude, I know you have other tricks.
Well, it's because you weren't skiing that much that year.
Yeah, we were just partying, huh?
Something in Santa Cruz. You'd call me up all early, and I'd be like, yeah, you going out filming today? And you're like, no, dude, I've been talking to this homeless guy all night. He's fucking awesome. And so that's why, because it happened like twice where you were in Santa Cruz where it snowed in Tahoe. I was like blown away that you weren't skiing.
Yeah, that's why you guys wanted me to move to Utah.
Seemed to work out for you.
Here I am.
So, yeah, that's my biggest thing, man. I want to congratulate you, celebrate you for like 3 years of being a style leader, man. Like the shit you did with, like, even Phil and we had to watch shit because we still think of you of the old years, right? And so, like, when I'm watching shit, I'm like, holy shit, I knew Dash was the man. Like, I remember he, like, podiumed at, like, Red Bull event or something a decade ago. And then we pull up a year or 2 ago, and we're like, holy fuck, man. That was, like, 10 years ago, and then it was, like, this year. And then it was just, yeah, man, everything you do is wicked. And the fact that you charge still, and you haven't found, like, the easy out, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go hustle some fucking houses and still shred with fucking TGR. Epic. And Phil even brought it up in his intro of you. Dude, like, name another guy other than Jeremy Jones that has been with one film company for 20 fucking years. Jeremy don't count. That's a brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got so many things as a long-standing guy in the industry that like, and you were here at the day one pretty much when it was created.
I
As a
appreciate that,
fucking
dude.
midget.
I sometimes feel like well, you know how hard I am on myself, but I sometimes feel like I could have done more, put more of a stamp, or don't know what I left behind. But it's cool to hear this. That's awesome, man. Dude, to Phil, I love that you're doing this. I think about it all the time, and I feel like we even used to talk about it back in a while back. But like in skateboarding, all the godfathers of the sport are like so praised still and still involved, and people still follow them and know who they are, and
They care about
seems like,
legends and all this other sports.
yeah, it seems like people get lost in the ski thing, but the people that follow you, Phil, care about the back end of the sport, and I think that's it. Like, because you've made it clear, it's clear to you what you've been able to take from the early days and spin into what you do now. Like, I used to think about, and I told Iberg this, I wanted to like line a street with a little downhill slope that had a ledge with snow so that I could like just kind of skate down it and do like, I don't know, I had these tricks in my head, and you do that stuff now. Sick.
So you're jealous of the JP segment when he came out with that shit in the Into Your Mind or whatever? I mean, that was your idea on crack, right?
Yeah, it was, but I still have a different idea of what I would do on skis. There's still a few rail tricks I haven't done that I feel like I could, that I want to, but you guys all do most of them now.
But that's the thing. It's not about the trick. It's about the style, you know? And
I
like, that's
agree.
what we try so hard to always explain, like in skiing, like just any of you to Phil, to whoever I've ever worked with, you know, it's not about like who's the hottest. It's like, I mean, think about like, even like all the people I got the privilege to work with, they're all lifers, man. Like I got to work with you since 13, Kai since he was 13, Tanner since he was 15, Sean at 11, Phil and Henrik when they were like 16, 17. Like you
Yeah.
guys, there's a reason, and you guys never spun to one. Some of you guys, like Tanner, like won everything, but he still fucking made sure it was equal with 3 video segments every year.
Yeah, Andy is doing 3s and 5s and 7s too, but I was watching, I was just scrolling through your feed, Phil, last night, and my favorite shot in your recent roll of, on your feed is this switch 3 you did. So sick. Cause I don't know, I like the bigger spins, I respect, but there's something about just floating, like even watching snowboarders still too, like just doing a big frontside 180 off a cliff or backside one or something. There's still nothing cooler to me. But yeah, I also think, like, what are kids? You guys got to tell me this, because I don't. It's hard for me to even follow anymore. But what are kids gonna do when there's like? What are they just gonna do? Like, you know, like 4,000s? Are they gonna do, quintuple 4,000s or what?
Yeah, first off, thank you so much, Dash, for the kind comments, and also the recognition to the Giving Flower thing that Iberg and I got going. Definitely our way to give back to something that like provided so much to me as a youth. Like it resonated so much watching you ski and the people we put on, that it's really important to highlight these people's career, because a lot of it is just like forgotten. As you said earlier, in skateboarding there is more of a Hall of Fame recognition, but in this case there is none. So this is our way to sort of do a Hall of Fame. Considering the state of competition where it's at right now, I think it's a different sport. It's not necessarily freestyle skiing. Some people are keeping it freestyle, obviously, but I think pops off a jump. If like it were to go anywhere where I'd see that could And Henrik already did it like 10 years ago with the nose butter triple. Like he mixed two of the hardest things you could do together on one trick.
For sure.
And that's going to be like prevailing in the years to come. It's like, who's going to pop a fakie ollie, like whatever spin off the takeoff, proper like fakie pop, get boosted from the actual spring of the tails. Like that's going to be, so full use of the tips and tails, I think it's going to dominate. But in that case, it's the judging is going to be too hard. So there's always going to be this issue unless there is a criteria that says under 9 mandatory trick. Within the 3 tricks that you're judged, you have to have one under 9.
Either way, it's all going to have the sport of half pipe, slope style, and big air has a degree of difficulty and is judged. So it's like what you did as an artist, what you are with TGR and you are when we work together. You know, like, you have a podium at a Red Bull event or 2 of them, right? But it's just like, it's different. You can't compare the art of the sport to the competition element because as soon as it went Olympics, it's like you have different objectives. You know, like, why did you get involved or why did Phil get involved?
We knew that too. I mean, I loved, I remember Jason Leventhal saying one time, he's like, you guys aren't free skiers. You're not freestyle skiers. You're just skiers. And I kind of still think about it like that. It's like, in order for there to be a genre to go in the Olympics, they got to call it something else. So those guys are the free skiers or whatever. But we're just skiers. It's like, we're just going out skiing and making it look how we want to look. And so why do we need a label? The other thing that's funny too, I never thought of myself as an athlete. I was not an athlete, dude. I mean,
no, and it makes because you're an entertainer.
The hell, I'll just put it that way. Like, and I definitely wasn't going to the gym. Sadly, I mean, I might have been able to stop more shit and do bigger tricks, but I was not going to the gym. I mean, I was just skiing and living, and it was more about, like I said, being a part of something cool. And so, I still just think of it as skiing. Seriously, I mean, if you want to go in the streets, in the streets. I also, just to throw it out there, I always hated when people call it urban. We're gonna go do urban. I was like, God. Okay.
Because what if you're living in Lake Tahoe and there's a rail in the mountains? It wouldn't really be an urban rail, right? Like when you shoot that wood rail, that would be suburban.
Suburban, or what if you want to do city living, or
at an industrial complex? That'd be industrial.
Yeah, what if you want to do industrial?
Yeah, good call.
That's cool.
I want to tangent on that. In all the years you've gotten free stuff and been kind of a sponsored skier 22, 23 seasons. What have your injuries been? I never even thought of you being injured in my life.
There's a lot of years where I got injured, and then it's like that downward spiral mentally of like, oh shit, I didn't ski how I wanted to, but somehow I'd always scrape something together and at least have a few shots in order to go renegotiate a contract. But I've had 3 knee scopes on my right knee for torn cartilage, and then I've had 3 surgeries just to fix, actually 4 now, to fix up this explosion I had. The first double cork I tried. I tried a double cork up in BC.
Have you done one of those in life?
You gotta watch it, dude. You can find it. You can pull it up.
Oh, Phil, find it, man. I want to see Dash do it.
I think you gotta. It takes a little bit of concise Google searching. Maybe you guys could talk for a minute when I'm done with the injury piece, and then I could pull it up and see or something. But anyway, I buckled my knee. I tacoed my meniscus in half. I did a bucket handle tear, and then I blew up my ACL. And
jewelry can say many things on your wedding day. As a wedding band, it can say, "This is a forever symbol of our forever love." As a gift to your wedding party, it can say, "Thanks for standing up there with us." Blue Nile can help you find the piece that says it all and says it beautifully, with expert guidance and a wide assortment of jewelry of the highest quality at the best price. Go to BlueNile.com and experience the convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's BlueNile.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
We lost your audio.
And you're
Oh, got a phone call.
yeah. You good now?
Good to go.
Yep.
Sorry about that. So yeah, I tore hyaline cartilage too, so they had to go in and do bone work. And then my bones are apparently really hard, so that I had all this, calcium kind of deposits that formed all around my knee, and we've had to remove a few of those. I had a piece of bone just grow in my muscle above my knee.
Yeah.
So
Did that
I had
hurt?
to just go in and get a chunk of bone cut out.
Did you save it?
I got a picture of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Anyway, yeah, so then I've torn my shoulder, had to have a slap repair. I've had a couple head injuries. I bit my tongue all the way through my tongue and lip, and almost bit my tongue off on A-frame a year ago. Trying to repeat the 7 that I did back in 2006 when I shot with TGR back there and got a 7 off A-frame, and I was like, I gotta go get it back how I want it. And dude, I don't get to ski as much as I used to, so I just went back. I've been pissed that I've been trying these 7s and didn't get it how I like it. And I had a 7 in that DPS film that I put out, and I hated it. It just irks me just watching it because I just hate how I execute on that. But
I thought it was
they
dope.
wanted to put it in, so I just needed to go back for myself. We weren't even filming, dude. I just wanted to go get a 7 off A-frame, and I went to stomp it and put my knee right through my face.
Is that the jump you're talking about?
No, that's not the one.
Oh.
But
It's
that's,
on my Instagram. You can go back and see it.
Yeah, it's on the Instagram. I saw the clip. I know the one you're talking about, and it's fucking wicked. And one thing, honorable mention, is your 7s in general. Since like the one we showed earlier on the jump, you did the 9 dub ski, have this like particular axis where like it's flat but semi-cork, and I don't think I see that ever in anybody. And it's like so smooth and calm, and it seems like you don't set anything, but everything, all the work is done in the air.
That's funny.
It's beautiful.
Dude, I need the TGR guys used to say, Dash, you need a lot of mountain. Because I like, just from all those years filming and hitting stuff in the park, I like just slowed it way down so much. So now I need like a lot of air to get more spin. Like I can wrap up a 7 off nothing, but in order to get it how I want it, I need a lot of air. So I and then the 7s more recently, I do more of them off cliffs, and I never hit jumps. Like I basically just do 7s off cliffs now, and so it seems like I spin like the first 3 kind of set a little cork like I would just a regular kind of 3, and then I dip into more of a cork after just to get my feet back under me if I'm falling instead of like catching air, you know what I mean?
Is this the A-frame pull-up from the first year?
That's the one I hate. That's the 7 I absolutely hate, that just like crushes my soul every time I watch it.
Let's crush his soul again.
That's the one you try to repeat.
I'm going to go back and get that, but that's not A-frame. That's in Wolverine Cirque. Yeah. Dude, Iberg, remember when I hit that cliff in Wolverine Cirque and I thought I landed it, and you're like, dude, you didn't land it. and I hit my eye and I had a black eye. It was when we were filming for Stereotype. I think I got knocked out, dude.
I only remember the jump where we built the 2 jumps side by side in Wolverine.
It was before that. We went out and shot in Wolverine. It was the day before. And, dude, you know what? You might have gone with the jump and rail crew that day. And I think I went with, like, Steve Rosendahl and someone else. But
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I remember, we went hard for a week during the Olympics in 2002. Hard, man. Quarter pipe right beside the fucking, what was that? Whatever, where all the helicopter Blackhawk landed beside us. That was awesome.
Yeah, totally. All right.
Pull
I
up
want you guys to talk.
a trick that like is unreal still to this day, and I think was never been done is this shit right here. That is on some other world type shit. I don't see that ever in the pipe. Can you talk about like learning this?
Yeah. Can I tell you that I didn't want that shot in the movie, but Iberg pushed for it because I didn't like my style?
Yeah, I know. I just said no one else will ever do it. You and Bellinger did his Elliot McTwist mute, same pipe, same location at June that year for his segment in Ready, Fire, Aim. And, his was the next year or something. But yeah, dude, the dopest rotation. So I was like, fuck it.
That's sick, dude. I'm so stoked you pulled that up. I wouldn't have thought of that. I don't know, dude. When I skied pipe, I think it was more about these one hits to get the tricks that I wanted, but I could do a flare. And then that would have been like an alley-oop flare, but I just didn't quite commit to going upside down, I guess. But I feel like I would have looked cooler if I just took it to 7. Not because it would have been cooler to add the extra spin, but because I wouldn't have like had to stop myself and then look like a little cowboy coming out of it, you know?
That's the strong suit of the trick too as well. I feel you have to compromise at some point on style, like perhaps, but the trick still, like your style is really composed, but I do appreciate the nature of you being so thoughtful about your style. I wouldn't have said that was bad style in this one. I wouldn't say that anything that you ever put out had close to anything of bad style. That was like our depiction of Dash Longe was like style. You know, if I would approach a rail and be Dash Longe, I would put my arms down and try to be a gorilla. And that like leads me to the question, when did you start to put your hands down? Was that always natural, or how did it come about for you to become the Gorilla Steez Dash Longe?
Well, I mean, I definitely took a lot of influence from Pollard, so you can see pretty similar style. I feel like there when you watch some of his pegs from that era, like we traveled together a lot, and we kind of had similar outlook on like, screw competition. We gotta, if we're gonna make the sport cool, we gotta, go film and focus on getting tricks how we want them. But I do think, I took it maybe to another level. But yeah, I was hanging with Mikkel and CR and Tanner, and we were all talking about monkey style. We called it monkey law. I don't know why. But
you have to understand, Dash is like 15 years old around the superstars talking monkey style.
I remember but I remember skiing PAL with my hand out in front like I was riding a horse and feeling like I was holding on to the reins. And then I just decided I wanted to try that on a rail. And so, but yeah, I also just felt like, to me, the part about skiing that still reigns true for anyone that I watch and anything, and it can cross over to any other sport too, is like it has to look effortless. like people have to look at it and say, I could do that, and then go try it and realize it's harder than they think for it to be, for it to have style. And so, and then also, so I think when I was low, we also called it like dead guy style in the air if you didn't move at all. And I think Pollard kind of coined that. He's like, I just want people to think I'm dead in the air. And so I definitely absorbed that. But I felt like if I was really low to the rail, then I would move around a lot less. And so I was just really trying to achieve that, like no motion, just super quiet body and just letting the rail come. And, if it's going to buck you a little bit, you just got to like stay sturdy through the whole thing and just let your feet kind of, with ease kind of do the work or whatever. But, and I see you do that too. Like, it's funny with other things in life. You can almost like close your eyes and just, once you see it, you can trust that it's coming. So you don't really need to look, but you just let your feet kind of ride over stuff and what's coming. So for the most part, so.
Yeah. What do you got, Phil?
Man, I got clips.
I know you got clips.
Yeah, this clip always and it's the ender of your dub ski segment, and this clip always I thought was so fucking ill. I would pull that up again and again, and you get the gold at that moment too. I was wondering how serendipitous was that trick? Was that what you were trying to do, or that happened kind of out of just spontaneity?
Yeah, it was totally spontaneous. I got stopped up there at the top of that thing longer than I pictured, and when I was starting to when gravity was pulling me back down, I think that was the only option. Just had to make it down and stay on my feet. And then I guess when I was on one ski, it was just felt easier to go to switch. But that's cool, dude. I'm glad you like that shot. I'm glad that inspired you. Man, this is too much praise for me, man.
That's the point of this dash, man. Think about it. It's so many people. You guys you've done so much, man. And to never have people go high five you and be like, Dash, man, that was ill. Our goal is hopefully with this show, we can get people calling in and because there's so many fun stories out there. You touch so many people through these movies. Phil's one of them, right? But imagine how many kids are grown ass men have a job now. And they're fuck, man. Dash.
I have clients that tell me that are buying houses here that are moving to Salt Lake because they want to ski more. And they're like, dude, I watched you in Eric Iberg's movies, and your dub ski seg was my favorite or whatever. And they start singing the band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a big thing, and that's bigger than skiing, man. Big up
yeah,
yourself,
for
Dash.
real.
Yeah, I just help people live their dream now,
Buy their dream.
Wow.
You're the broker. You're the broker for the sale,
from the
man.
Public here. From Miglet27, Dash and Pollard had that smooth ass style. I felt like every one of us tried to emulate them. Felt like seeing him and Pollard having that semi-cork parallel was so sick. Shout out to Miglet27 for giving flowers to Dash here.
Miglet. What a dope name.
Someone linked the dub cork, but I can't click on the link, but it's at 155 in the video. I can't access it.
We're going to find a dub, man.
Yeah.
You just Google BC or Dash Longe double cork British Columbia. Dude, it was a New York Times article or something. They plugged that I got hurt skiing in British Columbia. I think I have a link to it. That was hot news. I think I got a link to it somewhere. Might be hard to find.
Also, we normally, if you got a bit more time for us, Dash, we got like the option of having people call in, which is really awesome with this Instagram live thing. We can invite everybody. So someone here is going to jump on.
Dude, this is cool, man. You guys, I just want people to be pumped on skiing, and so they can make it cool. So I'm all about it. I'm not trying to throw in the towel. Let's keep this rolling, dude. This is rad.
You said you have someone that's calling in, Phil, or wants to?
Nobody ever calls in. I don't think anybody yet figured
Mike,
it out.
Nick got callers.
Yeah, call in, people. Let's have you shout out Dash. I just invited one of the kings of style of the moment, Ferdinand Dahl. He's been on listening to the podcast. What up, Ferdy?
Hell yeah.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. I came in a little late, but super hyped to see that Dash was on air. Caught me a little off guard when you invited me on, but
got him.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that Alley of 5 you showed. So sick.
Thanks.
And a question for Dash. What do you see? I don't know how much you follow skiing now, but what do you see in skiing now compared to back in the day that you miss from back in the day?
That's a good question. I'll tell you my favorite thing, just the first thing that popped in mind was, was it Duncan Adams? Maybe it was a few years ago, but we used to talk about the switch to switch mega large straight air in the pipe. And when he did that, I was like, oh my God, someone did it, dude. Someone did it. But that was sick. Yeah,
that was 12 years ago, buddy.
Dude, the new stuff, man, there's so much cool stuff going on. It's so hard to say, I guess, but I really just, it's hard for me to absorb all the triple flips and stuff. So I guess I'm still just stay true to my mission of the dudes that are just blowing it down and hanging it out to dry and doing, bigger, floatier spins, or even flips. That's what gets my heart going for sure. That's what gets me excited.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah, on that regard, Ferdy that we got right here, Dash is a master at that. He represents what I was saying earlier of using the tip and tail of the skis and popping off the noses and doing a double from the nose. Just like,
dude, that's sick. Can you pull one up so we can watch it real quick?
Hell yeah. What you got, Ferdy? What should I pull up that you'd be hyped to see?
Ooh, I was working on this new thing. If you go on Capiche Applies YouTube, there's a short, like not a full, like the new thing that you can post there. And I was trying like a forward tail butter.
Ooh.
Both those two last shorts. Maybe the 5 even, actually, because that's not a double.
That's perhaps this flip.
A forward tail butter?
It's like kind of a
yeah,
turns
dude.
into Tokyo.
Okay, that's sick. Sorry,
that's great.
Because when you were talking about that, I was thinking about mountain biking because I went and watched that TGR mountain bike movie they just released, and I met a bunch of those pros, but they land like crazy tricks in a wheelie. Ooh. And I was thinking, you guys must be trying to do that on skis. That's perfect. Dude, see, it's happening. That's sick.
Some homie just came out with an edit like from Kimbo sessions where I think Brady made it, where every trick was like landing it like that.
Yona Kangas is the skier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's another one of the new age that's like, ooh la la, so nice with it. Synthesized all of the best.
Definitely.
Ooh la la.
Yuna's one of the greatest, I think.
Yeah,
That's
great.
Yes, sir, Ferdy. Thanks for jumping
Nice.
on. Here, I'm gonna get some.
Thanks, Bernie. Yeah,
I love what you guys are doing. This is sick.
Yeah,
Skiing
man.
music.
Thanks.
Thanks, brother.
peace out.
Yeah, man. Have a good day.
Let's see if Simeon's still around. Simeon is a Michigan local, so not too far away from you, Iberg, and he is the man.
It's East Coast time zone. East Coast.
Yeah. What up, Simeon?
Yo, what's going on?
How are you, man?
Chilling.
Good, how are you?
Awesome.
Yeah, Simeon. So we are giving flowers to Dash Longe right now. You familiar with Dash?
Most definitely. I'm a little bit familiar. I'm not the most familiar, but I've definitely seen some clips.
Wicked.
Most definitely, it was sick to watch. I've just been sitting at work and I didn't have anything to do, so I jumped on and watched it. It was really sick. I was really excited to watch it.
Hell yeah. See, that's the fun part, Dash. We get to introduce you to some people on Phil's platform. Because he's got a little bit younger stuff.
Hell
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect anyone to even know what I'm doing now.
No, but that's like, man, first time I met you was at Buck Hill, and I went to Buck Hill at a Tell a Friend tour, man. No one knew what Inspired was. No one knew who Eric Iberg was. There's like 80 kids there in Minnesota, my home state. And I'm like, all right, dude, I've been out for 4 years. I get it. Yeah. But no, Simon's the man, man. He's doing some cool shit. Get to watch your clips all summer.
Are you on the line? Are you on the line program?
Yes, sir, I am.
Tight.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. I'm gonna keep an eye out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, most definitely.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate all you guys and what you've done for skiing, so it
Cool.
means the most to me.
Yeah, man. Well, fucking enjoy work, eh?
So,
What'd you say?
I said enjoy work, eh?
Oh, I'll enjoy as much as I can. Thank you, boys. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, man. You too.
Peace, Simeon.
Love.
Peace.
so the dudes that I think, I guess, just pop out of my mind right now that I love Phil. I love your style. I love Henry Carlos' style. Like, he's got it. Gold. And I really like Carl Fosvet's style a lot. And I like Sam Cooch's style. And obviously Sammy's a little jib ninja. I think he's still on some sick shit. Yeah, there's quite a few dudes, but there's people keeping it real out there. That's for sure.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real
There's
goes
something
wrong.
that kid Sam Cooch did where he like did a 180 onto a pillow and then like a switch 3 off or something, and those are things we always used to think about that didn't quite pull off, but that kind of stuff's pretty cool.
Are you in TGR's movie this year?
No.
Are you in anything that comes out this fall?
No.
What's your ski season plan?
This coming?
Yeah. Big 2-2-2-3.
Well, I'm working with DPS though. We make that ski called the Koala. That's like such a fun project for me. It's been super rewarding because I always wanted to be more involved on that design side of things, and just how it aligned in the past. It didn't really work out, but now with DPS, it's so sick, dude. Their factory is right downtown. So we can go make a pair of skis in the morning and then take them up and ski them all day and test them.
Damn.
So we're the new 103 of those is going to be sick. And then we're going to work on a 111. So like a mid-size in the waist. And then, dude, I got to figure out how I can free myself up to make some more content, because I still have ideas and things that I got to put out there before I can't, I just,
You and Fuha should make a movie, and then like just have your ski companies be the sponsors, and then co-produce it, and then you guys
yeah,
both just go charge, and then get
I thought
the
about that.
Utah
It makes
travel.
it easy here, dude. I'm like, at this point, I don't care about tracks. I don't care about like whatever. It's just when I have time, I'm gonna go out, crush. If the shot's gnarly and I get it how I want it, then it's good. Like,
Go to Utah
I think
tourism
that's
board
that could
and
be
get your budget.
that could be the future of the sport too. Like, dude, really, it's hard to find. It's harder and harder to find pristine, premium goose down powder. Like, we can go to these you can go to these TGR will go to these places for a month and you don't even get a storm. Like, so yeah, man, we just got like that hard pack edit I did with Kai last year.
That was dope as fuck.
Just go get it,
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to do more local stuff here. It was crazy. I had to flip my mind and how I thought about skiing when I took this role in real estate and joined with my business partner. And I just had to recalibrate what I thought was fun and cool, because like my sights couldn't be set on AK anymore. I had to figure out how I could make what was right here in my backyard look cool. And now when I go to the resort, I just see hits everywhere. I see stuff. I see shots. Like, I picture skiing as if, like, I picture skiing through the lens of the camera, because that's just, we've filmed for so long. And when I envision like what I want to do, I'm thinking about it like how it would look on camera. So anyway, oh, there you do. You found it. That's hilarious.
Dub.
But I think I got closer. I put it to the feet. You guys got to tear my dub apart, dude.
Tear it apart. I can't do a dub. I do double daffy.
Ooh, that was really close.
I was trying to do like Misty 5 to like back half.
Yeah, if we had Henrik on, he could probably pick that a bit better than I did. I did one double in my life.
The jump was terrible, dude. We had to like tow in with a snowmobile around the corner on this cat road and then take like a hot turn in. And it didn't quite have enough lip. But I just felt like my next trip filming was AK. And if I was going to do a double cork, it was on that jump. And so even though it didn't feel right, I went for it. And yeah, I don't think I'll try a double cork again.
No one can say you didn't try.
So you guys were getting towed by a sled into it, huh? With a left side turn.
Yeah, dude. Another style master that no one ever thinks about is that dude Dylan Hood.
Oh, for real? Yes.
His stags. Oh my god, dude, he is so tasty.
Underrated.
He is probably the most. I think he was the most underrated skier. Of that era, like that mid free ski journey, because dude, he was so sick, but he's so mellow. He's not like about selling himself. That was another thing that was hard for us, is like, dude, when social media became a thing, you have to remember there wasn't social media. Like, we were shooting on 16 millimeter cameras. We had film. We couldn't go back and look at our footage. We just had to try it again if we didn't like it,
And your media came out once a year, and then your still media came out 8 months of a year if you're in it, luckily.
In the mag, and you had to just hope you made it in the magazine. I mean, I remember being so pumped. I also remember being bummed that I didn't make it in the Poor Boys movie, because I thought I might, because I had filmed that year, when I was 13. But then he did come out that take 2 of that whatever movie that was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Take 2. I don't think I've ever seen Take 2.
Yeah. So anyway, what was I talking about?
Awesomeness.
Dylan Hood, what up, dude? That's our first caller in.
I just requested to go into the skiing live video.
What's up, Gavin? You got some for Dash here?
What's up?
What up, dude? How you doing?
Oh, he was scared.
He
called into a skiing live video.
But yeah, Dylan Hood, indeed. Good call on pulling that name up. I definitely was into a shit.
Cool. Dude, he hit stuff without poles too. I think he was probably one of the only dudes in the TGR movies that was like doing cork fives without poles in the backcountry. So, but
I gotta go watch some Dylan Hood shit.
He hung with Pollard too. So, because he moved to Oregon after he lived in Jackson for a while, and then he would like surf with Pollard. Oh, I was talking about social media because, dude, Dylan and I didn't like that. It was hard for us, you know, and you go on there and like pump ourselves up and tell people how cool we were and
get a good shot. Think about this too. You had photographers had to get a good shot of you in the past. That was a photographer's job, and now you're supposed to get a good shot of yourself daily. That's so gnarly to transition to be like, okay, I'm totally into selfies. Hey, could I have that photo from you to post on my gram? You know, it's just like it was such a gnarly transition if it's not your thing as a career.
All that down and putting energy into it. I think it's cool. I have mad respect, but dude, it takes a lot of effort. So yeah, I guess that I feel like that was Dylan just didn't care, dude. The last 2 years that we were filming, he snowboarded until he had to put skis on, and then still he was like, we were out filming and he'd just hit stuff on snowboard.
We got some audience question here. Sorry to cut you off, Dash. Forster Meeks, another up-and-coming killer on skis. I love that cut you made with Eliel Hinders a few years ago. Are we going to get another one?
Sick. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. That's the DPS piece I put together. That I wanted to when I signed with DPS and agreed to help make that ski. I really wanted to put something sick out, and then I had a cool piece all drafted that I was gonna make with a different local production company, and then COVID hit. We got kind of sidetracked. But yeah, I would love to put another piece out. I really would. It might not be quite that elaborate with the production value. The backstory on that one was that I had a bigger vision for that piece, and we had to pivot mid through the season because we couldn't get all the funding we wanted. So we brought on Ski City, Salt Lake City, tourism board, like a third-party marketing company for tourism board, and they sponsored it, and we made it all Salt Lake centric. But yeah, that one we put so much energy into the cinematography. Those guys, there's only one drone shot, and then that's action, and then there's only one shot on a tripod that's action. Everything else they followed me. So it's all follow cams. That's actually a drone shot. Sorry, and that's a still. So maybe there's like 4 or 5, but everything else is motion. We wanted the whole thing to be motion.
And this sort of blends your real estate job, I think, like mixed with skateboarding too in the middle here, where you pull out your board, go do some business, little flip before going selling else here.
Yeah, it was more just that it was about kind of the piece is more just a gratitude piece for Salt Lake City, because at that time I just really felt like, because I have kids now, I have 2 kids, I got a wife, and I have responsibility, and in order to keep this ski dream alive, like the only thing that's allowing me to do that is living in Salt Lake City. I've got the opportunity of a city where I can you know, in a small ski town, you just don't have that many options to support your family. And so living here and being a half an hour away from the mountains allows me to keep this thing fueled, you know? And so that's what this whole piece was about. A lot of these shots, like that one, that's inbounds Alta. So most of this stuff is inbounds or just slack country. And we shot this thing the way we just decided to make the piece about how it was to produce it. And I was literally just jamming back and forth between appointments. Like we'd film in the morning and then I'd go work all day and then we'd come back and hike something for an evening shot.
Nuts.
So yeah, and I was like taking calls in the backcountry, you know, working, and then I'd rip down and do my thing. So it's literally, I guess it's really just an ode to Salt Lake City and my appreciation for the mountains here and that I get to do what I want here. Yeah, dude, there's so many sick spots here. It's cool. So many ski and snowboard films were made here. Like,
it's true.
There's so many shots from so many films, like through the 90s and early 2000s, and even to this day, especially snowboard still too. So, yeah, it's a cool place.
Snowboard was hot in the 70s for movies.
That's true.
Beautifully done. Yeah, this piece Iberg sent me before we spoke and definitely resonated big. Here we got a question from the audience, and when you were talking Dylan Hood, underrated, and style gods, it made me think of that dude mentioned in this. Dash, did you ever look up to or get to ride with Stephen Thomas?
Yeah, dude, I did and do. He was like, he kind of emerged a little later than the scene that I was kind of in, and he shot with Berman for level 1. But I remember watching his parts and being like, oh my God, that kid's onto something. But I still know him. I still run into him. He's still friends with people that I'm friends with. Dude, you should do one of these with him, man. He would lose his mind.
Yeah, Steph is the man.
I'm pretty sure the story was that he got caught in an avalanche and then he was like, dude, I'm out. He just got spooked and decided, you know, he just didn't want to push himself for the thrill, you know, just for other people to make money off him.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he still gets after it. He's like a dark horse, dude. He goes out and hikes big lines and you know, with like a rope and crampons and stuff, and skis big stuff here in Utah.
Speaking of big line, can you tell us about this line right here, which is fast, precise, just encapsulates a lot of the elements of skiing that I really enjoy watching.
Yeah, I can tell you about that one. That line was actually pretty mellow. But we watched Darren Rolfs ski the face just to the looker's right and release a pocket. So we needed to ski that slightly different aspect. And I kind of had a different vision for what I wanted to do there, but so that was my plan B line. And I just kind of had to pivot to it in the moment right before I dropped. I was going to ski something a little further right, but I told everyone what plan A was and what plan B was. And so when the cameras were in the air and they were doing their pattern, I said, we're going plan B. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, dude. But I do like how that one turned out. There's some still images in there, and I hate tooting my own horn, but there's some really cool shots where the turns just look like some Doug Coombs shit, and I still get off on that. Like when it comes to big mountain skiing, I look back at the generation that was still on skinny skis because those guys had to work for it, and those guys made it look so rad. Some of those lines that Doug skied, I think, look better than a lot of the guys that are, especially on touring boots and rockered skis. Like, if you're seeing those faces on touring boots and rockered skis, you can see people are sliding. They're not actually turning. And so that's been my biggest kick when I was still filming big mountain stuff, is like, dude, you gotta charge. Like, you have to be lean. You gotta lean over your skis and lean into that turn, or else you're gonna look like a duck, dude. You can't. And I just see people just doing the butter saucer turn and sliding around, and it's heinous, dude. I hate it.
It's official.
So that's cool. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man.
Fucking saucer.
Thank you so much, Dash. We're going to be mindful of your time and let you go here. But once again, appreciate your contribution to skiing and what you brought to myself personally. And you two together especially are a big-time reason of the fact why I listen to the music I listen to, why I ski the way I ski. So I want to both give you your flowers and send my appreciation to both.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is one of the coolest things I've done, I'd say, in the last 5 years or so.
Awesome, man.
Really
so good to see your face, man.
Yeah, you too. And Phil, I feel like if we have met, it's not been more than a high five, so it's pretty cool to chat with you. And I can't wait to watch more of these and go back and watch some of the ones you've done. So thank you.
Hell yeah, I got a pretty good claim when I was young. You were sort of like dating my sister, or maybe like a night date or something with my sister.
A night date.
Always a big thing, like, for me to shout around.
No way.
There he is.
That's it. All
right.
That's
a good fun fact.
That is.
Yeah, for sure.
History. All right, cool, dude. Well, hell yeah, can we ski together?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'd be honored.
Salt Lake, dude. Let's just go.
Please, hell yeah.
I'm a fan.
I'll be in touch when I make it there.
Yeah, boys.
Come and do some street in Quebec. Otherwise,
I will. Book me a ticket. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Have a great day, Dash. Thank you.
Much love.
Another amazing one, man. Another amazing one.
Giving flowers to Dash Longe, man. What a beautiful person to give flowers to, man. Just so genuine and also just so grateful. It feels really good.
I don't think he even double duded the whole time we talked. He didn't even triple dude. All I was thinking the whole time is, well, I wanted to hear him say, dude, Eric, no way, dude. Like, I could have done that, dude. And if I could have got one triple dude in a sentence, Dash, I love you, man. Just wanted the triple dude. Yeah, that was awesome, man. And I think next week we got another good one.
Yeah, it keeps going and going. We nonstop. Thank you, people, for following the show and tuning in. Please call in next time. We have so many few callers. I gotta blast people, put people on blast, and sometimes it's scary for them.
No one's gonna watch anymore because they're gonna be scared. You're gonna call them. Oh fuck!
Yeah,
call them. Yeah, we're gonna call you. You're gonna say what's up because we're talking skiing if you're watching skiing. So awesome, man. Next week, Wednesday, 1:30, East Coast time. Have a wonderful day, people. Peace.
Peace.